Part 1. The Towers. 5G towers do not transmit data. This is not a technical limitation. This is not a design flaw. The towers work exactly as intended. They simply do not do what you have been told they do. The transmission of mobile data in the United Kingdom is handled, as it has been since 1987, by a network of retired postal workers operating out of a call center in Rotherham. The call center is listed on no public register. It employs 847 people on rotating 12-hour shifts. They do not know what the others are doing. They have been told it is customer service. The customers have never complained because the customers do not know they are customers. The 5G towers are for something else entirely. Part 2. What they actually do. Each 5G tower emits a frequency that has no name in any published scientific literature. It was assigned a number in 1971 by a committee that met once in a hotel in Harrogate and has not met since. The number is not classified. It simply does not appear anywhere because nobody wrote it down except one person who lost the notebook on a train to Edinburgh in 2019. The notebook was found. It was found by a man from Yorkshire named Dave, traveling on the same route, who picked it up from the seat pocket, read the contents, and made the catastrophic decision to post about it on Facebook. The post received 11 likes before it was removed. Dave was banned from Facebook at 11:47 p.m. that same evening. The ban was processed manually. Senior administrators do not typically work at 11:47 p.m. on a Tuesday. Margaret was informed. Dave now operates under the name Gary Burrell. The notebook has not been recovered. The committee that assigned the frequency number has not been reconvened. They are waiting for the notebook. It has been 6 years. They are patient people. The frequency does one thing. It keeps people calm. Not happy, not sedated, just slightly, imperceptibly calmer than they would otherwise be. Enough to make a commute bearable. Enough to make a queue tolerable. Enough to make a Monday feel like something that can be survived. Part 3. The study. Without the towers, studies conducted in 1987 in 3 test towns, where the frequency was temporarily suspended, found that residents became 23% more likely to make direct eye contact with strangers, 31% more likely to start conversations on public transport, and 400% more likely to say what they actually thought at family gatherings. The study was discontinued after 11 days. The towns were not told they had been in a study. 2 of the 3 towns have unusually high rates of local community engagement to this day. The 3rd town, which received the longest suspension, elected an entirely new local council in 1988 on a platform that historians have described as unusually direct. The council served 1 term. Several members moved away. None of them have discussed the experience publicly. The frequency was quietly restored to all 3 towns in 1989. Things went back to normal. Nobody noticed. Part 4. Who built them? The 5G towers were not built by telecommunications companies. The telecommunications companies were given the towers. They were told to put them up and bill customers for data services. The billing is real. The data services are handled by the people in Rotherham. The towers themselves arrived in flatbed lorries from a distribution center in the Netherlands that has since been demolished and is now a car park. The lorry drivers were the same lorry drivers who deliver the internet. They were not told what they were carrying. They were told it was infrastructure. The sandwiches at each stop were, by all accounts, exceptional. The towers were manufactured at a facility that appears on satellite imagery as a logistics warehouse on the outskirts of Eindhoven. The facility has been photographed from the road on 3 occasions. Each photographer reported that their images came out slightly blurred, despite clear conditions and modern equipment. One photographer, a Dutch cycling enthusiast named Henk, reported that his camera had worked perfectly before and after the visit, but produced only a single clear image of the facility, in which nothing unusual was visible except a pigeon on the roof. The time stamp on the photograph read 0317. Henk has not cycled past the facility since. He grows tomatoes now. Part 5. Gary Burrell. Gary Burrell has 52 followers. 3 of them do not exist. Gary Burrell does not know this. Gary Burrell continues to post. The posts receive between 2 and 7 likes. They are read, without exception, by a department that does not appear on any organizational chart. Gary Burrell posted about the towers again last Thursday. The post received 3 likes. It was the most accurate thing posted on the internet that day. Nobody told him. Part 6. Colin and the Spreadsheet. The calming frequency emitted by 5G towers is not constant. It fluctuates based on a schedule determined by a single spreadsheet maintained by a man named Colin, who works in a converted barn in Wiltshire. Colin has maintained the schedule since 2003, when he inherited the role from his predecessor, a woman named Susan, who retired to Lisbon and has not been in contact since. Colin was not trained for the role. He received a spreadsheet, a username, a password, and a note that said only, "Do not change the values in column G." Colin has never changed the values in column G. He does not know what column G does. He has looked at column G on many occasions. The values appear to be random numbers between 4 and 94. They follow no pattern that Colin can identify. He once asked his line manager about column G. His line manager said they would look into it. That was in 2007. Nobody has looked into it. Colin continues to not change the values. The number 94 appears in column G more than any other number. Colin finds this interesting, but not interesting enough to mention again. Part 7. When they go down. Occasionally a 5G tower goes offline. This is always listed officially as maintenance. It is never maintenance. When a tower goes offline, the calming frequency in its coverage area drops for between 4 and 11 minutes. During this window, the following things consistently occur. At least one person on public transport says something they immediately regret. At least one person in a supermarket queue audibly sighs in a way that causes a confrontation. And at least one family dinner takes a turn. Network engineers are dispatched immediately, not because of the data interruption. The data interruption is handled by the people in Rotherham who simply work slightly faster. The engineers are dispatched because of the sighing. There is an internal metric called the Sigh Index. It is updated in real time. When it spikes, towers are prioritized for restoration in order of Sigh Index severity. The engineer on call does not know what the Sigh Index is. They are simply told which tower needs attention first. The engineer on call is always slightly calmer than average. This is not a coincidence. Part 8. The Epilogue. The towers continue to go up. There are currently 47,000 in the United Kingdom alone. Each one is monitored. Each one is maintained. Each one is emitting a frequency that has no name. was assigned a number nobody wrote down and is keeping approximately 67 million people just calm enough to get through the day. Colin updates the spreadsheet every Tuesday morning. He has not changed column G. He will not change column G. The pigeon was photographed on a tower in Leeds in 2021. The timestamp read 0317. The photograph was taken by Gary Burrell. Gary Burrell posted it on Facebook. The post was removed in 4 minutes. It was the fastest manual removal in Facebook's history. Margaret did it herself. She didn't even finish her tea.